What this decision does is to further delay former President Trump's federal election subversion case on charges that he conspired to overturn the 2020 election result, actions that culminated in the attack on Congress on January 6, 2021. The case will now return to the trial court, which must first determine which actions are deemed official acts and which were done in his private capacity as a candidate for re-election. The ruling marks the first time that the Supreme Court has declared that former presidents may be shielded from criminal charges in any instance, and strikes at the heart of the argument that no one is above the law. The majority decision penned by Chief Justice John Roberts says the president may not be prosecuted for exercising his core constitutional powers and was entitled to at least presumptive immunity from prosecution for official actions. But Roberts further contended that presidents enjoyed no immunity for their unofficial acts and that not everything the president did was official, adding that presidents were not above the law.
Get the 100% absolute immunity for all that he had done that he was asking for. But by and large, I would say this is a good day for President Trump. At the very least, he's going to get a delay in the beginning of any criminal trial that will take place. So I would say it was not a 100% victory, but it's certainly a good day for Donald Trump.
Roberts writes that Trump's efforts, for example, to pressure his Vice President Mike Pence to take particular acts in relation to his official responsibilities when presiding over the certification of the 2020 election results, were official acts, and that Trump was at least presumptively immune from prosecution for such conduct. Similarly, the court's conservative majority decides that Trump's efforts to pressure certain actions by the Justice Department in relation to his invented claims of election fraud were within the remit of official duties and therefore immune from prosecution.
Nub of the decision is that somehow an executive branch official can be cloaked with immunity as a way of protecting the executive's discretion. That's the majority's rationale, that the executive needs to have broad discretion to do the things that need to get done to run the country. But if that immunity is so broad as to encompass things that are, by every other definition, illegal, then official action on the part of the president can include things like self-aggrandizing efforts to stay in power, despite the attempt to stay in power being manifestly at odds with every other law in a democratic system, including our election laws. That is scary.
While the substance of the subversion case is now unlikely to be heard before November's election.
What the court majority does is erect a series of procedural barriers and hurdles that the special prosecutor Jack Smith would have to clear prior to pursuing any of the particular charges.
Social media calling it a big win for the Constitution and for democracy, adding that he was proud to be an American, while former Democratic Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi accused the Supreme Court of going rogue, violating a foundational American principle that no one was above the law. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson warned that the majority view may have planted the seeds of absolute power for presidents. While in a separate dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote that never in the history of the Republic has a president had reason to believe that they would be immune from criminal prosecution, and that moving forward all presidents would be cloaked in such immunity, further warning that the criminal law that everyone else must abide by would no longer provide a backstop. In their dissent, the three liberal justices said they feared for America's democracy. Shervin Bryceby's SABC News.